What's up, boxing fans? Alright, another terrific fight comes on about 2 weeks from now, on September 14, when Lucas La Máquina Matthysse fights Dennis with Garcia. I must say that it is a very good match. In fact, it is one of the best matches within the last few years. Both fighters are undefeated. Garcia has 26 fights, with 16 of them by knockout, which means he took out 2 out of every 3 guys, which says that he has a substantial power. And yes, he has no defeats. And Matthysse has 36 fights, with 32 of them by knockout, which is about how many? 90%. It's a tremendous power. And he has no losses. And you would say, oh yeah, his official record says he has 2 losses. Yeah, it does say that. But I don't give a damn what the record says. I saw those fights, and I'm not blind. And I know that Lucas did beat Alexander, and he did beat Judas. And I don't give a damn what the judges say. So, to me, he is undefeated as well. Alright? So, now when they are pitted against each other, what are the chances? Well, both fighters are in their prime and in terrific shape. Both are hungry. And both have skills and substantial knockout power in both hands. So they can potentially knock each other out in a heartbeat, right? So if the judges are fair, the potential outcome of this fight is about 50-50. But Angelo Garcia, the trainer and the father of Danny, has a different opinion. This is how Angelo predicted this fight in his interview. So pretend this is Angelo. He says, "They say I'm a racist. Yeah, hell yeah. In my country, where I came from, everybody hates everybody and loves only his own shit. I am no racist because I hate everybody equally. And my son is going to kick the shit out of that little Argentinian boy because he can't even speak English." Ow! That's not me, I didn't do it. That's him, that's Angelo, so blame him. If you don't believe me, you're welcome to go on YouTube and watch his interview. It's basically word by word. That's how he talks. Alright, let's get serious here. So, regardless what Angelo was singing about, doesn't matter. What does Danny Garcia needs to do in order to win this fight? Well, he must use his height and reach advantage and pace Matthysse with his jab, with his own jab, and probe him with his straight right to find a proper distance, which is right for him. And by all means, he must keep Matthysse from going inside of the distance, because that's where Matthysse is dangerous. And when being under attack, Garcia must use the lateral movements as much as he can and counter with his own straight right hands and his signature punch, left hook. Pew-pew! And once successful in any of the counterattacks, he must develop it immediately and try to knock his opponent out before it is too late. So Danny is about 5 or 6 years younger than Matthysse. So if the fight continues into the second half, due to a stamina factor being in the favor of the younger guy, Garcia can try to develop a success in the late rounds. Garcia hits hard from both hands and his left hook is especially dangerous. So if he throws it frequently enough, one of those hooks can become a decisive factor and score some damage to Matthysse, which he can then develop and in the sustained attack and achieve a victory. Alright? Now, what Matthysse needs to do in order to win this fight? Well, using his lower gravity center, since he's the shorter guy, he must use it to his own advantage. And for this, he needs to put lots of pressure on Garcia. He must walk into him with the punch and always short the distance and push Garcia backward and off his balance. And by doing so, he will take away the power from Garcia's punches, because Garcia cannot throw big punches when moving backward. And also, Lucas needs to alternate punches to the head with the punches to the body. Say, if he started his attack, every time he goes to the head, he needs to probe also to the body. Beep-boo! And then, if not done yet, go back to the head and finish it up right there. He can do it easily. And he must always remember also to take evasive actions, especially when during his own attack, by moving his heads all the time, because Garcia is very good with countering attack, and Lucas must duck and block his dangerous left hooks with his arms to avoid those dangerous punches. So that's basically what they have to do. But what will really happen? Who will actually win? Can Garcia win? Yeah, I guess he can win, but only in case if his father, Angelo, is clever enough to do some voodoo trick. Voodoo tricks. For this, he must sneak into his pocket a little doll, something like this, about, a doll. That's what they do, those voodoo artists. And he also needs to take a needle, or better probably to take a fork. It's more efficient. So let's pretend this is Angelo with the voodoo stuff. And every time when Lucas attacks his son, so let's pretend this is actually Angelo himself. So when Matthysse attacks his son, he must do it like this. Shit. So if he is really smart enough and he does this, then of course his son will win the fight. Otherwise, and if he forgets, then his son has no chance. Sorry. Now, okay, let's get serious at last. So, summarizing the whole thing. Matthysse hits harder than Garcia. His chin is better, and his focus is better than Garcia's, and his punching power does not dissipate at the end of the fight. We can already see it from the previous fights. He is dangerous for the rest of the fight, including the 12th round. Besides, apart from the skills and power, the outcome of this fight will depend mostly on the fighting spirit of the fighters. Yes, Garcia is proud of his Philadelphia or whatever, Brooklyn or whatever, he says, tough upbringing, which is okay. But comparing to the spirit of Matthysse, Garcia is just another city boy. Yeah, because Matthysse is from Argentina. And he's not just from Argentina. Lucas is a true macho gaucho. He's a different kind of a beast. Say, as any gaucho, he knows how to play corrida de sortija. He knows exactly how to grab the bull by the horns and break its neck. So despite the chances of the fight being close to 50-50, I believe that Matthysse will win this fight by knockout, by knocking out that city boy Garcia somewhere in the middle rounds. Viva! Cheers! Bye bye, Angelo.